I've always had a soft spot for Winnie the Pooh since my early days. And one of my favorite scenes in the Pooh stories is when little Piglet sidles up to Pooh and takes his hand, grasps his hand. And when Pooh asks, "What's up, Piglet?" Piglet merely responds, "I just wanted to be sure of you." Friends, the enormous claim of Christmas is that God sidles up next to you and to me so we can be sure. And we can sidle up to God as well and reach for his hand and watch how God is loving the world and loving you and me and shining light in the darkness. As you know, light can be invigorating. Light can be inspiring. Light can be motivating, relaxing, or calming. Light can provide support. It can promote concentration. It can affect your mood, as can the absence of it. Sometimes it seems there's too much light. I often felt that way when living in always sunny Texas. I also felt that way one summer in Alaska when the sun didn't go down till 11 or 12 at night. And this, the third worship service in 18 hours, I'm excited for a little darkness later on today. Just being honest. You can see the light of a small candle flame from 30 miles away at night if your eyes are right and nothing else is around. You can also see 300,000 different colors in the light. We often yearn for the light, especially in these winter days when it gets dark around 4. And maybe we don't appreciate the light as much as we should until it's not around, until we need it, until the darkness is too scary, that the light is the only thing we long for and need. A nightlight can provide just enough support for and comfort to assure a child that the darkness will not get them. Yet even for us who are mature, even, I guess, at least in years, wonder if this year might be the year when the darkness finally overcomes us. But with each passing week during this Advent season, we have lit another candle. And even as we have watched and waited, the light has grown brighter. And John assures us the light is here. The Savior has come. The Gospel of John tells a Christmas story unlike any other, as we just heard. It's a cosmic Christmas. It begins without shepherds, without an evil ruler, without a manger, and even without Mary and Joseph for that matter. Instead, God's radiant glory and grace occupy center stage. The Star of Bethlehem is replaced with God's life-giving light. And moving at the speed of light, John whirls us back through time before there was even time at all. And he spins us through the creation of the world and then drops us off again, huddled in the darkness, watching, waiting, looking, yearning for the light. Instead of in the beginning when God created, we hear in the beginning was the Word. It is as if John has peeked into the beginning before creation ever happened. And behind the dark and watery void, before God's first act of creation, and he sees something, he discovers something so beautiful, so foundational, so deep, so astounding that everything else can now be seen in its light. Maybe you've seen the movie Contact, came out several years ago, about a scientist, Dr. Ellie Arroway, who, after years of searching, finds conclusive evidence that other life exists out in the universe. And so they build a machine, of course, and she musters up the courage to test the machine first and has an incredible experience traveling through time and the universe. And her words in the midst of this overwhelming experience are these. She says, "Some kind of celestial event. No words. No words to describe it. Poetry," she says. "They should have sent a poet. So beautiful. So beautiful, I had no idea." John is our poet. What he saw was the Word, the light of the world, the light of all peoples, the light that darkness cannot overcome. This is the light that enlightens everyone, he says. And light has a way, as we know, of making itself known, of breaking through even when there is darkness all around. And as the true light which enlightens everyone, Jesus knew the world in which he was coming. And Jesus knew the world we'd be living in. And so he shared this light with us. Not only that, he charged us with being the very kind of light that made him say and do and live and love and serve and give in the ways that he did. And so, friends, what keeps the wild hope of Christmas alive year after year in a dark world notorious for dashing all hopes is a wondrous dream that the child who was born this day may yet again be born in our very own lives. Today, we insist that everything has changed. There is new light. Today, we insist that God has not given up on us. God has not given up on the world. You are the light of the world, Jesus says. And God keeps sidling up next to us, next to you and me, so we can be sure that we're going to make it. We're going to be all right. Because the face of God has shone upon us. And Christ keeps saying to you and to me, you are the light of the world, so let your light shine before others. And so perhaps we sing. You know the song, This Little Light of Mine. Get your lights out. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Don't let anyone it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let anyone it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let anyone it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shine it all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Shine it all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Shine it all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Merry Christmas.